Keep it up. No, we got we ended last time. We found some burial sites, some carcophaguses to throw it back a little bit, and yeah, we found a crown that was really expensive, and then we also got surprised by some Zorn. We destroyed them, annihilated them, and then that is where we are in the burial grounds right now to continue our adventures.
I think that was a shot to the DM when he said we just literally destroyed them and annihilated them. I think
that's not what I intended.
Don't listen to him. Trying to get the party killed again.
Yeah, you guys have actually, you guys have a lot of stuff in the party sheet. I mean, there's thousands of gold and items. You know, all of course, you know, treasures and stuff like that you can sell. So, yeah, pretty nice. Yes, you did destroy a couple of Zorn, and I'm going to say, Ander, your spiritual weapon is still up, because you guys took those Zorn out, and I think you took them out in 2 rounds. So I'm going to say that you still have this thing for about another 8 rounds or so, and you guys haven't even cleaned out all of these carcophaguses as of yet. A couple of them you have. So what do you do, adventurers, as we continue on with the Ghost of Dragonspear Castle?
Well, Gimbal grabbed that broken arcade rod, right?
Gimbal was grabbing everything and putting it.
If it looked valuable, I got it.
Those copper mugs at like a gold a piece. There was like 100 of them or something. He grabbed like 1,000 gemstones that the body of Derwin was put on. He just started shoving all that stuff in the bag of holding too. So, oh yeah,
rocks and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Cardos is going to say to Gimbal, "Hey, why don't you have the mending spell? How about you try to repair that rod? Maybe it'll work."
Well, that's a good point. So I'll cast mending on it.
Oh, the rod that you could tell that was magical at one time, but was no longer magical.
Yeah.
Sure, you cast mending on it, and of course it will mend it, but you sense that it still does not have any kind of magical power, even after the mending.
Well, normally that sort of thing doesn't work, but at least it looks pretty again.
You gave it the old college
it's
try.
A looking walking.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes in the bag. I mean, we're gonna take it.
What's not in the bag?
There's a lot. There's the bag is in the bag. A portal opens up.
Oh shit! Here opens a black hole.
Yeah,
right now, did we go through all of the sarcophagus guys?
No,
I
not
think
yet.
we did. Oh no, there's one more. Which one was left? I forget.
Lynn's trying to leave.
I think it was these 2 on the right.
Oh well, let's pop them open.
You first.
Yeah, I don't even slow down. I go right to here and I push open the lid. What do I see?
So if there is, remember, there is a bunch of dwarven writing and iconage and
I've still got time. I still have time on my comprehend language.
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah, I still got a little bit more time
read.
Yeah, that thing will probably wrap up when you finish these last 2 carcophaguses. So on the carcophagus that you're at right now, it says, "This is the tomb of Darnora the Crafty." And there's all kinds of illustrations and whatnot of Darnora Marblemain. And it says she came to Mount Illifarn in 1361, and she tried to persuade King Corn and his dwarven army to leave and join their fellow dwarves in the outside world. And actually it kind of worked the opposite, because King Corn, the stud that he was, actually convinced Darnora and her dwarves to stay at Mount Illifarn. And then during her stay, it goes on to talk that she is the one who invented and came up with the idea of these iron safes. And there's also a mural that has a door with a brick wall behind it, smashing some orcs.
Oh, it was her.
Nice. Okay, guys. Now this one's trapped. Oh yeah, this one's trapped. I mean, this one's fine. Hey, Tatsa, open this one up.
And
Tatsa comes over
all of the
and pushes
frescoes. Oh boy! All right, so we'll get to that as you push the lid over. But yes, all of the accomplishments of Daranora has been painted in frescoes all around this Carciphagus, and she had a very strong friendship with the king. All right, so you guys, you push it up, and Tatsa just doesn't even care about the Goblin Smasher, and he pushes the lid off. It falls off of the top of the sarcophagus. It shatters. It's brittle anyway, and it looks like she's laying in there. It literally looks like she is freshly dead, and she looks almost like she's sleeping. But the one thing is because her skin and everything is fine, she's wearing a blackish gold death mask that is adorned with a trimmed beard made of platinum wire. And of course, platinum is very, very pricey. So this mask looks like it's probably worth anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 gold. But then as you kind of look around Tatsa and Gimbal, you can see that this is the end result of her body being prepared by a taxidermist.
Nice.
So her body's been stuffed with straw, because her body's surprisingly light, and she's clad in dusty black robes also. And then around Daranora, there are 6 marble jars, and it looks like they're filled with her organs.
That'd be her
basically.
insides.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And
Dave,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna cast detect magic right now.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, the organs actually have a very faint aura of like a necrotic or necromantic type of magic.
The organs themselves, or the jars?
No, the jars. Yeah, the jars and organs. Yeah, it looks like they have a faint glow. All 6 of these jars. It's sort of.
Well, do we want to see what's inside? Because I know what's inside, but yeah.
It's like Anton carrying around the pickle jar from In Living Color.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I want my pickle.
So I'll pull the mask off.
They're small.
Make sure everything's. I'll take the mask off. Load that up. And I also want to make a search of all of the different frescoes and try to study them a little bit. Maybe they'll help me with some traps we've yet to encounter or mechanisms in this dungeon.
Okay. Well,
so I'll do a study of it.
Yeah, give me an investigation check with the trying to figure out the traps and stuff. Now,
Sure.
Also remember, seeing that these have these organs in these jars. And you don't find any nice investigation check. You don't find any kind of. It doesn't look like she's booby trapped her own, jars or anything like that.
Almost found an iron coin.
Yeah, you almost found an iron coin too. So the one thing that you do know is these things are magical, even though they are radiating a very faint necromantic type of or necrotic aura. You can still find out what these things do, of course, with an identifying spell or whenever you take a short rest. So don't forget to figure out what these jars of organs do.
Yeah, well, they go in the bag. I'm real careful not to spill them. Make sure the lid's on there pretty good. And my cat, sorry, lady, you shouldn't have put your guts in magical jars because they're coming with me. So I put them in there.
No.
And then also as you're kind of moving her corpse around and whatnot, there is a carved walking stick, and it looks like it's made from a dragon's wing bone. And because
Nice.
on her sarcophagus, it actually shows her slaying a dragon at one point too. So you can kind of put 2 and 2 together on that. And then it's capped at the end. It's capped with a chunk of amber and a tiny purple wormling that's kind of trapped inside of it. So it looks like,
awesome.
And your detect magic, that is not magical, but it's a beautiful walking stick, and it's worth about 500 gold. So
I'm now using that as a walking stick.
I don't blame you. I probably would too.
It doesn't go in the bag, but it's like perfect for like a little staff. I look like that guy on Jurassic Park, right? It's got the
the old guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's me now.
Yeah, he.
I'm loving that.
That dude got rocked. All right, so there you go. We've got that identified for you, and the platinum beard. Yeah, that's very expensive. Also, that's worth about 1,750 gold. And remember, when you guys go to sell this stuff, you're going to get by default half price. But if you guys come up with any kind of negotiating and kind of RP that out, maybe the vendor or the buyer will give you even more for it. So.
Oh yeah, we're going to get paid.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are making some pretty good coin in here.
All right, Cardos, what's the next one?
Robbing the doors.
I've been trying to push it open the entire time. I'm just so weak.
Yeah.
Come on, put your back into it. Come on, push with your legs. Push with your legs.
It's so heavy.
Put that back into it. All right, so Cardos, you're just going right in and you're just throwing it right off, right? Are you kind of checking out? Can you read any kind of dwarvish language or?
No, I saw it and I was like, that's neat. I just push
it. Sure. So as you push the lid over, of course, it smashes on the ground and breaks into 1,000 pieces of rubble. And it looks like this is the remains of some warrior. And it's actually a really, by dwarvish standards, actually a pretty fat dwarf. And all of a sudden, as you push this, and this is before everybody gets there as well, so we'll kind of put you guys back where you were, because this kind of happened, simultaneously and stuff. I was kind of keeping mental note where everybody's tokens were. You push this lid off, and as soon as you open the sarcophagus, a suit of armor just jumps up. And, a skull falls out, the arms, all of the arms fall out, and it swings its warhammer with intention of slaying you for disturbing it in its resting state. So, I'm going to give you a, In fact, I'm not even going to give you a check. You're just kind of taken by, you're just kind of taken surprised by it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and add the armor on there, which here it is. I love Fantasy Grounds. It makes everything so easy. As it stands up, it will go ahead and get an attack on you because you were pretty much taken by surprise. Your greed got the better of you, and this thing slashes 2 times at you.
Oh, as I hear this, Lynn just rolls his eyes and sighs.
And the first attack is a miss, and the second time this thing slashes at you with a great sword, it misses again. And then
wow.
After that, all of a sudden you hear a screeching sound, and the room pretty much fills up with swarms of bats. Yes, swarms of bats. And these bats not only fly up out of the Carciphagus, but they also fly out of all of the open areas of the knight himself. So, here's a couple swarms of bats for you as well. And the swarms of bats, you're kind of startled by those also. And the swarms of bats. And, what I like about swarms in 5e is, they can just kind of occupy the space of you and do some damage to you. Well, of course, if they hit, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, this first swarm of bats is going to occupy the same space as you, but because of the layering and Fantasy Grounds, it's not going to happen that way because we'll be clicking on each other's tokens. And this thing is going to basically occupy the space that you're in, and these things are just going to try to thrash you. And
they're inside me.
They'll try to bite you. But hey, you've got 9 lives. You're doing pretty good. And the last swarm moves over and does the same thing. And you get hit finally out of 4 attacks. Something finally hits you.
I think me rolling chromatic core last game.
Maybe your 9 lives has kind of ran out, but you take a total of 5 piercing damage from the bats, and I guess you would kind of look like Chris Farley out in the field saying, "Bees, they're all over me." You know what I mean? When the cops are going to arrest him at the gas station. So now everybody go ahead and roll initiative. And these 2 swarms of bats are on Cardus. So if you roll really bad, the way I do swarms is if you miss your attack by pretty much 5 or more, then you're going to hit him because he's in the middle of all of this. So that's the way I like to do swarms. Hey, what's up, Dragonbait? All right.
I feel like I'm being punished.
No, you're not being punished. We're just having fun. So, Gimbal,
you say that.
You get to go first. Hey, remember, I'm not out to kill you guys.
Really?
So, what do I hear, Dave? Because Gimbal's not exactly the one to go charging in.
Probably Cardos screaming.
So.
Yeah, you'd probably hear Cardos screaming. And also, you hear this high-pitched screeching sound, and you hear a bunch of wings flapping, and you also hear like a grunt, like a and you hear like swords hitting the stone and kind of probably throwing sparks all over the place. So yeah, you hear some fighting, and it's kind of reverberating around.
All right, Cardos, what's going on?
He's just screaming.
Well, what's he screaming though?
He's just screaming like a girl. Ah!
I can get to here comfortably, and I see the swarms of bats, and I'm just going to drop Shatter. No, I don't want Shatter. Hold on.
So I heard Cardus said he was going to be screaming and whatnot. I had to step away for just a second. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. So I said I could make it to here, and that's where my movement runs out.
Okay. Or you could take a dash if you wanted to.
No, that's
and
fine.
Run in.
So I guess from here I see the bats, but nothing else, correct?
You can see, you can kind of peer around the corner, and you can see him just enveloped with bats.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Thunderwave, and that'll be a 15-foot cube.
Damn you for being an evocation wizard.
Yeah, so I will want to cast that kind of at just right around the corner. And will you let me get both swarm? Well, one swarm's on him, right?
They're actually both on him. I'm putting both swarms
on
him, yeah.
Okay, so I can reach in there with Thunderwave then.
Okay. And
must be a hell.
Thunderwave is if I'm not mistaken, is a 15 foot, right?
15-foot cube, right?
Yeah. So here we go. So whereabouts are you? Well, you have to cast it. It would have to be like right here because remember, Thunderwave is on the edge, so it would have to be right here. Well, actually, it would have to be right here because remember, with Thunderwave, it sort of acts like a blast in 5th edition.
But I'm turned this way, so that's the question of whether I reach him or not with Thunderwave.
Yeah, you wouldn't reach him because I don't do diagonals on stuff like that. Now cones, you can do diagonals, but it specifically says the point of interest. Well, the point of origin.
Well, in that case, I'm not going to do that then. I'm just going to drop a firebolt at one of the swarms.
Okay. Well, it'll be...
And, I'm going to holler out, Cardos, stay still! And then I'll start just kind of aim for the biggest clump of bats that I see.
Yeah. Now, another thing is, and, I'm kind of giving you guys the warning, I'm trying to get more consistent on hard corners. Now, usually you can't attack through a corner, and sometimes I've done that, but sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't do it. But I'm going to be more consistent now and not do any attacks through corners. So, but I will let you do it this time.
No,
that's anyway.
Fine, because Gimble's not the type of guy who's going to run headlong into battle anyway. So he gets to the corner but he's approaching cautiously, so he's not going to sprint or anything like that.
Yeah, and
so I'll go ahead and just move here.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. And like I said, I'm trying to be more consistent on that. And even with movement,
that's fine.
Even with movement, you need to. There's no diagonal movements going through a corner. You have to actually, literally run around it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can make it there. I see the problem, and I'm like, bats, guys, bats. Lots of them.
Okay, I'll go ahead and start heading in that room then.
That was a really long turn for not actually doing anything.
That's okay. That's okay. But I'm glad that happened, because I've been telling all of my games that actually as it occurs.
Top, so you can move through me. I'm a friendly, so you don't have to have to run around me.
And moving through you is difficult terrain, so it's going to cost double movement to run through your companions. But I've mentioned that a couple times already.
Still better than going all the way around me like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's
up, I still have 40
J-Dog?
movement, so I'm going to move 10 more in.
Yeah, Zane Atlas. We do have 2 wizards.
Oh, yeah, Barbarian.
We did have 3, but one had to drop the game. All right, so you move in.
And I'm going to go ahead and go into a rage.
Okay. All right.
It's going to beat my ass.
Don't forget. There you go. Good job. You got rage on there.
And I'm going to go ahead and make attacks on the animated armor.
What is the if aberration, celestial elements, fey, fiend, undead? What is that? What is that from? That effect. Is that something?
I have no idea.
Okay, I will.
That was protection.
Is it protection from undead? Is that what it? Or protection?
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll take that off then. Okay, so you've got rage on there, and are you gonna reckless attack? Hopefully.
Not this turn.
Oh.
But I am going to make some attacks on the animated armor. So.
As you round the corner, it kind of startles you a little bit. Oh, very nice, J-Dog. I'm jealous. No, not real. I am. You're playing around a table, but all right. So you missed the armor, and your second attack against the armor is a miss. Oh no! And those were good swings too, but yeah, you actually just kind of bounced off of his armor. Oh.
And I'll go ahead and end my turn.
Okay, I heard Lynn go, oh.
All right.
All right, so the animated armor. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get multi-attack. Oh, this is cool. I'm going to go ahead and reach out and try to touch you, Tatsa, with the greatsword. He's going to slash once at you with the greatsword, and he hits with a 15. So you're actually jolted. You take slashing damage and you take lightning damage from the attack, which you take a total of 11. And the second attack, he's going to attack you again. No, actually he's not gonna do that. What he's gonna do is he's gonna step back. So when he steps back, both you and also Cardos, you can take attacks of opportunity on him because he's stepping back.
With my dagger?
With your dagger, yeah, you can.
he's gonna get stabbed.
All right, so Tatsa, you miss with your glaive. Glaive! That's what Rob says. And now let's see what your attack is. You miss with your dagger. Now when he steps back, he waves his hand and he casts a spell, and it's a lightning bolt that streaks out and tries to hit Tatsa with it. So the bolt streaks right past you, comes out into the hallway, and hits the wall right next to where Gimbal is. And, of course, bits of rubble and stuff kind of fall down and whatnot. All right, so that's it for the animated armor. This is not your normal animated armor, that's for sure. Ander, you're up. Because I think you guys have actually fought regular animated armor before. This is much tougher.
All right, so I'm going to take my movement. And I'm going to command my spiritual weapon to move as well.
Okay. So you got about 5 rounds or so with that thing left. And you also saw that lightning bolt strike the wall right to your left.
Yeah, it was a close miss. Woof.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what is Ander doing?
All right, and the spiritual weapon is going to reach out and attack the swarm of bats, the second one.
Okay, all right. Well, so you got to move it up to right here. Because those swarm tokens are actually on top of Cardus.
Okay. Don't move, Cardos!
Don't miss by more than 5. That's a hit versus one of the swarms of bats. Very nice. As bats go flying everywhere throughout the room. Well, not that many bats. But bats do fly, and they hit the wall, smack up against the wall. You basically slice a bunch of them in half. So what are you doing for your standard action now, Ander? Not that many. Sorry.
All right, so I prepare to cast Aid. I'm going to cast it as a 3rd level spell. And I'm going to cast it on Tatsa, Cardos, and Gimbal.
All right, so Aid is a spell that a lot of my players have not used yet. So you can bolster your allies with toughness and resolve. You choose up to 3, sort of like Bless. And each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. So, okay.
Right, nice.
So do you have a little pendant that you can put on there? Do you have an effect? Or?
Yeah, just want to say that.
Right. Very cool. And then that,
Actually,
of course,
yeah,
that will work with Bless also. So, all right. So we got some swarms. First swarm is it's gonna swarm.
You don't say.
I love it. She's gonna swarm. Cardus, you are lucky, man. We're going to Cardus now. What are you doing as you're just engulfed by all of these bats?
Okay.
At least the armor isn't attacking you now.
That's true. Speaking of the armor, Carlos thinks there's no way there's anyone in there, so it must be some sort of magical spell keeping it up. So I want to go ahead and cast Dispel Magic on it.
Ooh.
Bloop.
All right, so let's take a look at Spell Magic. 1 creature, object, magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher, ability check 10 plus the spell's level. Let's see. Let me check out the animated armor. Let me see if it can be dispelled. Sight, understands common. Anti-mat, the armor is incapacitated one area of, okay. Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw. It is a. Does Dispel give a Constitution saving throw? Anyway, just do a.
I have to do a Constitution.
Let me. No, I have to do one. The animated armor, seeing that you're casting Dispel magic. Let me go ahead and.
In that case, I think I might do it for you.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. If you can give me a Constitution
Portent.
saving throw.
You roll a 10.
Okay, and what is your saving throw DC? See you, J-Dog. Have a good one, buddy. Have fun playing.
I don't know.
All right,
Trying
it's
to find
8.
it.
It's 8 plus your primary ability score plus your proficiency. So it would be 8 plus charisma. Is charisma your main ability score?
Int.
No,
Intelligence.
I'm sorry. You're. I was thinking you were a warlock. I don't know why. Okay, so 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus your proficiency is 3 more, so that would be your DC is a 15. So with your portent, which you can use as a free action, you make me miss automatically. So you had 2 rolls, so that was one of your rolls, and this animated armor suit falls down. It just ceases to live anymore, and it's just a pile of armor on the floor now.
Wow, nice move, man.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Very costly with a 3rd level spell slot, but nonetheless, good job. And especially with using portent, so good job with that. So the animated armor ain't gone. Good job.
All right, that's my turn, definitely.
Dang,
Okay.
man.
All right, so let's go to the swarm of bats now. And now you're going to get rocked by the swarm of bats number 2, as it is occupying your space, and that is a horrible miss. Man, you're pretty lucky tonight. Lynn, you're up now.
Oh, jeez, at the very end here, I wasn't really paying much attention to anything. Lynn was just sort of out here watching. And he turns around and heads over there and says, "Gimbal, what did you open now?"
Wasn't me. I'm very careful, Lynn. It wasn't me.
Yes.
Tardos is choking. Liar.
Yeah, and I can't get in there to see with my normal movement, so I'm going to go ahead and use my action to take the dash action. Go ahead and move another 30.
Okay.
And that ought to get me right up next to him. As I come around the corner and see all the bats, I just head right up to him and get ready to hit him. And I'll say, just like Andrew, "Don't move." And that's it for me.
All right, let's go to round number 2. Gimbal.
Okay, I'll make movement first of all.
Yeah.
And
Now you can do it if you want to.
now I'm going to do it, yes.
All right. I love it. I love Thunderwave.
Target these guys.
So you would basically target both swarms. Well, let's move this swarm of bats over here. That swarm number 2 is really in the space of where Lynn is. Well, actually, no, it's not there. Both of those bats are on top of the tiefling. So, okay, so you got both of those. Very nice. Oh, you could take Ander out and Lynn Tarm because you're spell sculpting them out anyway, aren't you?
No, I'm having trouble targeting here.
Okay.
Something's going on. I'm not able to target them for some
Okay,
reason.
here, let me do this for you. There you go. There's Swarm of Bats 1 and Swarm of Bats 2, so now you can do the saving
Thank
throw.
you.
Oh, no problem. This is going to be great. Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right, so 1 successful saving throw, 1 failure. You can go ahead and do damage on them now. Very nice. Heavily wounded. And all of a sudden, as this thunderous wave of energy comes out from Gimbal, all of a sudden the entire place starts to shake. And the ceiling collapses on top of all of you. So
I knew that was going to happen.
Well, because remember, this place has all those arcanic runes all over the place from the red wizards that are holding this place up. So, Mr. Gimbal and everyone else, give me a dexterity saving throw.
No, I cast it in the room. It should just be the people in the room.
Oh, nice fails, guys. Nice
Wow.
fails.
Not good.
And this is going to also
Will it kill the bats, too?
Yes, absolutely it will.
Ah,
We may just kill everyone here with one fell swoop.
Wow.
And then we won't go to Princes of Apocalypse. I'm just kidding. All right, so the first bat swarm misses. Oh my goodness. Look at all these horrible rolls, guys. Tots is the only one. Yeah. Okay, so, oh boy. Okay. So, Tatsa, you are not buried. However, everyone else is going to take a little bit of damage as the ceiling caves in.
little bit.
Yeah, everybody add 18 wounds to your character. Except for Tatsa, you only take 9. You take half. So Tatsa, you'll go to 26. Everybody else,
I'll take off the
you take
temporary
18.
health.
And also, yes, take your temp health off first. And also the bats are going to take 18 also. So they, let's see. The bats both failed too. No, one bat was successful. And that would be bat number 1. So bat swarm number 1 only took 9. And bat number 2 is dead. All right. And now you guys are basically buried waist deep in rubble. Nice. I love it. I was waiting for Thunderwave to go off. I was waiting. Awesome. So you guys are damaged now? You guys, Lynn, you're really heavily wounded.
Yeah, I'm hurt bad. Are the bats still fluttering around?
Yes, one set of bats is still fluttering around trying to attack Cardus.
I was going to say like one bat.
So let's go to Tatsa. Oh, Gimbal, if you want to move, you can do like, I'll let you move one space over to the left if you want, or diagonally behind you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
so,
sure, and that'll basically be all your
left,
movement as you try to pull yourself out. So the spiritual weapon isn't affected because it's not affected by anything. So, all right, Tatsa, you're up now. That was awesome.
I took care of a bunch of those bats, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
He's padding his DPS numbers, guys. Don't let him get to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and make an attack on the bats.
He's got to top the DPS charts for World of Warcraft that night. I see you playing World of Warcraft on their check and drops. I see you playing a lot of World of Tanks too.
A lot of World of Tanks. I don't play World of
I see all the time.
World of Tanks, right?
Yeah, I play World of Tanks.
Yeah, I'm peeking in your window at night. I'm finding out what you're doing.
I'm going to make one more attack on the bats.
Okay. Oh, you hit the bats. Not to sound creepy or anything like that, but yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking. Okay, so the bats are dead. All right, good job. I'm gonna get rid of your edge.
Thanks, guys.
Third
combat.
Gimbal.
What?
We'll go ahead and start helping everybody get out.
The roof, yeah. So what was it like? Like everything came down except for like that 5-foot square where Tatsa was. Is that how he avoided everything? Ugh.
What? I got rid of the bat. I made the roof fall on him.
I don't even care what's in the sarcophagus anymore.
I guess that's true. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna.
You're welcome, guys. Gee.
I said thank you, sarcastically.
As he strategically planned it that way, of course.
Well. Hey, Curtis. Well, what's in there? There's got to be some.
I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna go over here and cry.
He just sulks off. What's his problem, huh?
There was a couple of glass vials in there, and they're all destroyed now because of the Thunderwave spell.
Oh, these were destroyed long time ago. Yeah, someone's already been in here and broke all these vials.
Yeah, as as it's damp around each of the broken vials.
Yeah, that's too bad. Someone already got in here. Anything else, Dave?
Nope, that's
I'd like
it.
to,
that was it.
Investigate the room and poke around a little bit.
I will let you do the default investigation for coins. Yeah, absolutely.
So I also any iconography or writing on the sarcophagus or anything?
No, that's all in a bunch of pieces. So you really can't tell what the actual frescoes were.
It's all buried under dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, there wasn't any writing on this one anyway. So yeah, it was definitely a trap. All right, let's go, guys.
As I'm like emptying dirt out of my boots, grumbling about Gimbal.
Are you guys taking I see you guys are burning hit dice. Are you guys taking a short rest or something?
What? We were?
I was going to request it before we left.
Okay.
Guys, y'all take a short rest. I didn't spend any hit dice yet, but it's going to be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, if you need some water or something, just
I got to get all these rocks out of my armor you dumped onto me.
Well, better than bats, right?
Yes, way better than bats.
I don't think so. They weren't on me.
They were on me.
So during your hour rest, you're also able to ascertain what these 6 jars of necromantic organs are. And they're the organs of the dwarf. And these jars of organs, they actually act as a healing potion. So you have to eat the organs to get healed, and it'll act as a healing potion.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You first.
Well, I guess that's one way to do it. And I'll explain what this stuff does to everybody.
What?
So anybody wants a... Oh, you know what? I bet Tatsa would love this. What am I talking about? This would be great.
Eating the organs of the dead. This is a new low for us.
Well, it's the way the magic is preserved. It's not, it's not so much the organs, it's the magic in the organs that you want. So you could probably suck on them.
Much better anyhow.
Cartus, what do you have in your possession, my friend?
What?
What do you have in your possession? What item did you get a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, a pearl?
No, didn't you get Eton's spice rack or something like that? Didn't I give you Eton's spice rack? Oh no, that was a different game. My bad.
No,
that was my Thursday game. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my Thursday game.
So confused.
I was gonna say maybe you could use Eton's spice rack to flavor those puppies up a little bit or something. Yeah, but you don't. I was thinking of my other wizard in the other game. So.
Well, I'm sure they have like prestidigitation, don't you? One of y'all too.
I don't think I do. No.
Oh, okay. All right. So Lynn's just gonna look back, and he's a little irritated now. Like he's got a rock in his boot. He's gonna say, "Hey, y'all done? Are we done here?"
Yeah, I don't think there's any more loot.
I don't want to.
All right.
Yeah, that weapon's gone. All right.
So Lynn will start tromping off down south.
All right. So you leave the dark stretch of corridor with the 5 tombs of the dwarves. Nice haul there, though, guys. Nice haul. Nice spell, also, by the way. always can appreciate a thunder wave. Okay, so as you look to your right, as you kind of peer around the corner, it looks like a room that opens up, and you can see that there is a rune that's on the ground too, kind of really dimly lighting the room. And you can hear some chuckling and playing, and it sounds like children. And as you kind of look around the Sorry about that. As you look around the corner, there is a large room, probably about 60 feet by 40 feet or so. And you can see that there are 3 orc children that are playing. You can also see to the west, there's another hall that goes that way. On the southern portion of this room, there's another chamber that kind of goes down to the south. And let me show you guys what you guys see in here. Oh, wow. So not only with the rune that's on the ground, of course, helping the ceiling, this is actually a pretty clean chamber because there are suits of armor that are kind of all around the room in plate mail, and they're basically on the mannequins on the walls and stuff. And in the middle of the room, there's 3 half-orc children playing around a very tall, thin man with a shaved head. And he has red robes on, he has red eyes, and you can see he has like a very transparent type of, it looks like almost like a fluorescent type of greenish yellow veins on his forehead. And you guys can tell that this guy is a Thayan. And this is obviously a red wizard. And this man is, and everybody give me some stealth checks, by the way. Well, I want, Lynn, you can give me a stealth check, and Kardos and Tatsa, as you 3 are basically the closest. And the man is kneeling over this rune that's on the floor, and it looks like he's kind of chiseling into the floor, and then he's kind of casting on the rune itself. And let's see, Lynn, with your awesome stealth disadvantage, he hears you clanking in your M1 Abrams tank, and he sets down the chisel, and he looks up and he gives you a crooked smile, and he says, well met.
You, red wizard, what are you doing?
Can you not see that I am working on this magic circle in this room?
Yes. Are you working to strengthen it or to bring it down?
No. I would not be standing here in this room if I was trying to bring it down, because don't you think, let's think about it, Tinhead, because he sees you in heavy.
Yeah, Lynn's not the smartest guy, by the way.
I don't think I would try to do that and kill myself by trying to, take myself out by disabling this rune. So no, I'm trying to repair it and prolong the life of this. And there was actually another child in there, so there's a total of 4. He was kind of hiding behind the red wizard as he kind of sticks his head around him, and you can see him poke his head out, and then he goes, and then he pokes his head back behind the red wizard again. But they're all kind of pushing sticks and wheels around,
All right, so Lynn has his sword out, and he'll level his sword. It's time for the red wizards to leave this place.
Oh.
Tell me, where is your leader, the so-called Arvik Zoltos?
Oh, he just kind of sighs and he says, oh, I knew this was going to resort to violence. It always does. He says, children, run along, please. And he says, oh, Arvik Zoltos. He's here, and you may eventually get to meet him. And by the way, what are your names? I did, let me cordially introduce myself here. My name is Alton Zev. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to make any kind of headway here. I mean, we are always looking for allies. The Red Wizards, of course. We're looking for a little bit of help. Maybe you could help us. I'll give you one last chance.
We will not align ourselves with you.
Unfortunately.
I am Lynn Tarm, and these are my companions, and we will take you down. And so I start walking towards them.
Okay, everybody roll initiative as the children start to run out of the room. And then he also snaps his fingers, The Red Wizard, as he stands up, as you are talking to him, he stands up and says, he just really doesn't say anything. He just snaps his fingers. All right, initiative. Wow, Gimbal, you're on fire tonight with initiative, so you get to go first. And let me go ahead and show you guys what you see as the
Oh my God!
armor comes to life.
Uh,
They're not to life yet. They will, but you can see that all of their eyes are starting to, fill the sockets of the helmets and stuff.
so as they do, I just start mumbling, "Make me big, make me big, make me big."
Great job there, boss. Smooth move.
What? It's a red wizard.
Now the C's around the Red Wizard, those are the children. Is that correct?
Those are the children. Yeah, they are going to be running out on their turns. And he says, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to blow you up now. And he just kind of chuckles.
Okay, I'm going to drop a fireball on this guy.
The children there.
It's the children. The children. All right.
I mean, okay, let me get clarification about these kids.
Oh,
are they gnomish children?
They are not gnomish children. No, they are not. They're small like gnomes, though. But no, they are definitely the crossbreed between the dwarves and the orcs.
Gimbal, we're all humanoids.
There is a way that he could do that. He could hold his action until the children run out and
Just
then
carve
drop
them
it.
out.
Yeah, maybe I could do that. Maybe.
That could happen.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it right about here.
Nice job.
So I can pick up a couple of the suits of armor, and yeah, I'll carve the kids out.
Okay, sounds good.
What's this red dude over here? This little imp?
Oh, that wasn't even supposed to be there. That's supposed to be in another chamber. Sorry. Oops. No
Look for him later.
Actually, I'm lying. That's his imp. That's the Red Wizard's imp.
Something's weird's going on with my targeting here.
Try logging out and logging back in. And here, let me go ahead and.
Do you want to target them for this one, and then I'll? Yeah. Okay.
You see, again, with the way you target multiple people, you hold down control.
Thank you. I got that.
Shots fired. Go ahead and give me a saving throws now.
Yeah, thank you.
And I guess you're sculpting the chitlins up?
Yeah, I'll sculpt the children down.
Right. And they all scream as the fireball erupts.
Oh, the D6.
Oh, nice. So you do damage, yeah. That's they're heavily wounded. Even the Red Wizard, he starts to stagger back. Ugh. All right. So
and then as I cast it, I yell, "Suck it!" And then after I cast it, I'm going to make movement.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right.
All right. So
I'm going to log out, guys. I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem. So this Red Wizard,
that was the last we ever saw.
Alton, he says, gnome. And he runs up here and he says, "No, you suck it," as he targets all of you with a fireball and blasts you with a fireball. Let's go ahead and get rid of your spiritual weapon also. That would be gone by now. And he puts the fireball out in the back of the hallway to where it's not going to hit his animated armor.
I don't see the map. Is it going to get me?
Let's see. 20 foot.
I moved 25, so.
Yeah, let me see here. It looks like it's barely going to get you. Yep. Yep. And he says, "No, you suck it." as he blasts you with fireball. So let's, as he throws it. All right. So it looks like we had, no, I got to target a couple more. So let me.
Yeah, you didn't target me.
Yeah, I didn't target you.
Hit me.
So now I'm going to untarget everybody, and then I got to target 3 more people. So that was a nice fail on my part. All right, now let me do another fireball saving throw. I'll get 3 more. All right, now I need to retarget everyone.
What is that? 3? My God.